Hello and welcome to 1000 Word Interviews. My name's Mordecai and today I'm here with Chris. Chris, thank you so much for speaking with us today.
Thank you, Mordecai. My pleasure.
And to get started, could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Chris. I'm from the United States, more specifically the state of New Jersey, which is on the east coast of the United States. And I live and work here in Belgium as a researcher, and I study English literature for the University of Ghent.
Perfect. And what are some of your hobbies, Chris? What do you do for fun?
I love learning languages, and so I've learned lots of languages, I think, since I've arrived in Belgium. Apart from that, though, I also love cooking. I love walking and hiking, playing video games, and other hobbies as well.
Perfect. So, Chris, today we're going to speak about a photo that's important to you.
Sure.
And through our conversation, we'll hear a little bit more of your story and learn a little bit more about you.
Great.
Okay.
Excellent.
Ready?
Yeah.
So, first question, could you describe a little bit about what we can see in this photo?
Sure. So this is a photo of the beach. It was taken during the day in Belgium along the Belgian coast. And you can see there's a blue sky. It was a very blue sky that day. There were lots of clouds, which you can see in the top to the center of the photo. On the left, you can see also buildings. Those are apartment buildings along the coast, as well as a thin line of sand, that sort of beige line you can see underneath the buildings.
So that's just underneath the buildings along the horizon?
Exactly, along the horizon. So where the sky meets the water on the right and where the sky meets the buildings on the left. There's a little sand underneath the buildings. You can probably also see people, maybe not very clearly. They look more like silhouettes of people. But there were quite a few people on the beach that day enjoying the weather, I hope. And you can also probably see the water, which on the right, obviously, is where it meets the sky, but also kind of comes into the beach as you move left. And then, of course, on the bottom, you can see more of the sand where I was standing when I took the photo. And it looks a bit dark in the photo, kind of a dark beige, but that day it was actually quite bright.
Yeah, it looks like quite a sunny, warm day.
Yes. Well, sunny for sure, maybe not so warm.
Okay.
I took this photo in March, so not the warmest time of year in Belgium,
Okay.
but very much sunny, yes.
So you might have already mentioned this, but where was this photo taken?
Yes, so this photo was taken on the beach along the Belgian coast. Belgium is located on the coast of the North Sea in Northern Europe. And so this particular photo was taken from the city of Ostend, which is one of the more famous cities along the Belgian coast. It's known for having lots of recreation, such as casinos, some amusement parks, and other fun activities.
Okay, so it was taken near the city of Ostend?
Yes.
On the Belgian coast?
On the Belgian coast, that's correct. That's correct.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And when was this photo taken?
So this photo was taken on a Saturday afternoon in March, about a month ago. And yeah, I had decided to take a short day trip to the Belgian coast. And so I ended up walking along the beach for about an hour, and I took some photos. And this is one of my favorite photos that I took.
Okay.
Yeah.
So quite recent then?
Yes, quite recent. Yeah.
Great. And who can we see in this photo? Are these people that you know?
No, these are not people I know. These are all strangers.
Okay.
And so, yes, I was by myself when I took this photo, so there was no one with me. But there were other people, probably visitors or tourists, who wanted to enjoy the sunny weather along the coast.
Okay. So these are just people who happen to be there.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. They just happened to be there.
Not your friends.
No, not my friends.
Okay. So Chris, why have you chosen this photo? What's the story behind it? And
Sure.
why is it important to you?
Yeah, I chose this photo because it reminds me a lot of home. I mentioned earlier that I grew up in New Jersey. I grew up in a small town that was about 40 to 45 minutes from the coast. And so my family and I would make regular day trips to the beach, or as we call it in New Jersey, the shore, to relax for the day, to walk along the sand, to just enjoy the good weather. and things like that. So when I was on the coast, when I took this photo, it reminded me a lot of being at home in New Jersey.
Okay. And what are some other things that you perhaps missed from being at home apart from
Sure. I miss my family for sure. I mean, I live by myself in Belgium. And so my parents, my sister, my brother-in-law, they all still live in New Jersey. And so I definitely miss them when I'm here. Other things I miss from New Jersey, I would say, well, my friends as well. I miss some of the places I like to go to in New Jersey, such as parks to walk around and hike, or particular places to eat and drink and have a good time. So, yeah.
So how long have you actually lived in Belgium, in Ghent?
Yeah, so I've lived in Belgium, in the city of Ghent specifically, for about 2 years now.
Okay.
I moved to Belgium in February of 2021 to start my job as a researcher for Ghent University. So yes, that means I've lived here for about 2 years.
Okay. What do you actually study also? What do you investigate as part of that job at the university?
Sure. So I'm a researcher who works on English literature, and specifically historical English literature. So my research is about English poetry from the 18th century, so the 1700s. And I investigate the relationship between poetry and politics during the 18th century.
Okay. And what are some of the things that you like about being here in Belgium?
Yeah, I love that people in Belgium are very friendly. They're very kind. They're very polite. Everyone I've met here has been, all of my friends that I've met here, all of my colleagues, people I work with, they've all been very fantastic, supportive, very warm. They've helped me so much in getting used to life in Belgium. I love that people in Belgium can speak so many languages.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone I have met speaks English for sure, but they've also speak Dutch, French, German. These are the 3 official languages of Belgium. And yeah, I just really appreciate being able to have so many wonderful moments with them.
Yeah. And speaking of languages, how have you gone learning languages in Belgium? What's your experience been like?
Sure. So I've mostly been learning Dutch during my time here in Ghent, because Dutch is the official language of Ghent and of the region of Flanders where Ghent is located.
Okay.
It's probably a bit hard to explain how language works in Belgium, but the simple answer is that yes, Dutch is most important for my life and work. So when I arrived in Belgium 2 years ago, I started taking classes at the local adult education center. And really, I have been taking classes ever since. I find that taking Dutch classes has been so exciting. It's been so rewarding for me personally. I love that I'm now able to use another language to do my everyday business. People do speak English here in this part of Belgium, but I find that they tend to be much warmer and much happier when people attempt to speak Dutch.
Okay.
Yeah.
And while we're speaking about languages, what other languages can you speak?
Yeah, always an excellent question. So I speak English, and now I speak Dutch. I grew up speaking Chinese with my parents, specifically Mandarin and Cantonese. And I've also been learning some French since I moved to Belgium. So on a good day, I can speak to, I would say, up to 5 languages.
Okay, so just to recap.
Yes.
English, Mandarin,
Yes.
Cantonese,
Yes.
Dutch,
Yep.
and French.
Correct.
Wow. Okay, very good. Well, thank you so much for speaking with us and sharing a little bit of your story.
Of course.
One final question.
Yes.
What are your plans either to do with Belgium or returning home? What's something that you're really looking forward to?
Sure. I would love to stay in Belgium if I can. My current work contract will expire next year. So I've been looking for possible job opportunities that would allow me to stay a bit longer in Belgium. If I don't find any work in the short term, so by next year, I'll probably head back home to the United States, hopefully to find some work in New Jersey or elsewhere.
Okay. Sounds good.
Great.
Well, thanks again.
Yep.
I enjoyed speaking with you a lot.
Thank you, Mordecai. It's been a pleasure.
And as always, you can find all of the questions and answers from today's conversation below in the description. You can also find some of the vocabulary and useful phrases from our conversation. If you would like to practice your English out loud or in writing. You can answer the same questions. Choose a photo of your own with the theme of home or the beach, and answer the same questions in writing or with whoever you practice your English with. So thanks again. I'll see you next time. And thanks again, Chris.
Thank you, Mordecai. Take care.